to this computer. Perfect. Okay, so we are going to start today for Yin Yoga. We will begin with 2 blocks. You can place one underneath your shoulder blades and place one under your head. This is our supine fish pose. So if you don't have blocks, you can use a pillow. And here it's just to open your heart and open your chest. So you can put your arms out to the side as we begin class today. And as you lay here, focus on your breath. So focus on your inhales and exhales. Try to keep the length of your inhales, the length of your exhales. So as you continue to breathe, just focus on releasing any tension in your body as we begin our practice today. And as we begin, we'll take a few collective breaths together. So inhaling through the nose and open your mouth to release the breath. One more time, inhaling through the nose and exhaling to release. And continue to breathe as normal. Always coming back to your breath in your practice at any point. And Yin is especially important as we are in these poses for longer than normal. And from here, we're slowly going to release your head off the block and remove the blocks to the side and remove the blocks underneath your shoulders. From here, laying back down on your mat, we are going to go into a banana pose. So raising your hands high above your head, connecting your hands together. You're going to angle over to the right. So bringing your arms over to the right side of your body and doing the same thing as your feet. Keeping your glutes on the floor to come into a crescent shape or banana pose on the mat. So really trying to feel that stretch in the side of your body. And continue to breathe. And as you inhale, feel your body lengthen on the side. And see if you can take it a little bit more. You may need to even take your feet off the mat a little bit to deepen that crescent pose. As we lay here, continue to inhale and exhale through the nose, keeping that steady breath. And as you're holding this pose, maybe you can make it take a little bit deeper, twisting a little bit more as we enter our last minute of this position. Slowly releasing back to center, keeping your body long. Taking your left hand over your right wrist and twisting over to the left. Bring your feet also into this pose to create a crescent shape on the left side. Your feet may come off the mat a little bit. You should feel a nice stretch in the right side of your body as you lay into this pose. It shouldn't be uncomfortable. And continue to connect with your breath again here. Imagine your body growing longer in this pose. You feeling that nice stretch. Continuing to breathe. Inhaling, exhaling. Never losing sight of your breath here. As we enter our last minute, perhaps you can make this pose a little deeper by twisting a little more to the left. Maybe you can bring your arms a little bit more over to the side. Perhaps your legs can come off the mat a little bit more and twist yourself more into a crescent shape. As always, making sure there's no discomfort or dis-ease in the body. Slowly returning back to center, stretching long, and slowly coming up to a seated position. And here we're going to take a child's pose or a puppy pose. So for child's pose, you can do a wide-legged child's pose with your knees to the width of the mat. You can put your feet together, coming down to a child's pose. Or if you like, keeping your feet about your knees about hip width apart, coming down to a puppy pose. So whichever is best for you. We will be in the pose for about 5 minutes. Placing your third eye to the mat, connecting with your breath. Perhaps you'd like more of a shoulder stretch in this position. If so, you can take your palms back, palms facing the sky. And as you connect your third eye to the mat, connecting with the earth, using this as an opportunity to release any tension throughout your day. Inhaling and exhaling. Reaching your fingertips long, lengthening your body. Again, coming back to that breath as we enter the last minute of this pose. Where is your breath been? Making sure you're continuing to breathe. Inhale and exhale through the nose. Keeping the length of each breath the same. Slowly coming up. Stretching out your body and coming down to a belly shavasana. So coming down to your belly, keeping your arms, your elbows underneath your shoulders. We're gonna, on an inhale, we'll lift up, raising the crown of your head to come into a Sphinx pose. Your toes should be touching the back of the mat. You should be touching the mat with the back of your toes, keeping your gaze forward. Inhale and exhale here. You can close your eyes and just connect to your breath again, as in every movement, each movement we do. There shouldn't be any kink in your cervical spine, but just making sure your head's lifted and continue to breathe. Releasing any tension in your shoulders, any tension from the workday. As we enter our last minute of this pose, coming back to your breath, Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Slowly coming down, releasing your hands behind you, palms to the sky, into the mat. From here, we will move into a broken wing pose. So reaching out your left arm parallel, so almost like you're making a letter L, keeping your arm, arm in a straight line. Pushing your right hand next to your right shoulder, pushing your body. You can bring your knees into your chest here, so you'll be on your left ear. You can push your body a little bit more to come into a broken wing pose. So here, your right arm should, can be pressed to the ground, knees to your as close as you can to your chest, and you should feel a nice shoulder stretch with your left arm long. Continue to breathe here. This is a great pose to kind of release any tension in the shoulders, open up the chest. Inhaling and exhaling, connecting with the breath again. As we move in each position, we want to always come back to the breath. Keeping your eyes closed. Feeling your arm melt into the floor. Can you reach your left arm a little longer, a little straighter? Feeling that shoulder stretch on the left side. As we enter our last minute, just coming back to that breath again. Just a reminder for our class that you'll hear. And slowly releasing your legs long, rolling your body back into a belly shavasana. Bring your head to the mat, releasing your arms long by your side, palms to the sky. We'll move into the same position on the right side. So again, pressing your right ear to the mat, reaching your right arm long to the right side, coming to bring your knees to your chest. On the right side here. And bringing your left hand by your left hand underneath your elbow, close to your shoulder, feeling that shoulder stretch on the right side. You may need to adjust as needed. Each side's a little bit different and the intensity is a little bit different. Closing your eyes. As we enter the last minute of this pose, perhaps trying to reach your right arm a little longer. Leaning a little bit more into your right shoulder to feel a deeper stretch. Breathing here, in through the nose, out through the nose. From here, slowly releasing your body back on the mat, coming to belly shavasana. Forehead on the mat. Slowly coming on up. And from here, coming to a tabletop position, we're going to move. So keeping your hands underneath your shoulders, we're going to move into a pigeon. So bring your right knee to your right wrist, releasing your left toes down all the way down to the back of the mat, untucking them. You have a few options here. You can keep your hands underneath your shoulders, keeping the crown of your head lifted. You can come down to your forearms for a deeper stretch into your hip flexors, or bringing your third eye to the mat, reaching your arms long to come into a sleepy pigeon and feeling a really deep stretch in your hip flexors. Hip flexors are where we hold a lot of tensions in our body, so this allows us to stretch and release them. No matter where you are today, just accepting your body and finding a place where you do not have any disease and just comfort. And as we'll be here for about 5 minutes. No matter where you are, if you ever need to change into a forearms position or bring your hands underneath your shoulders, do what's best for your body and what works for you today. If you have your forehead on the ground, a sleepy pigeon, trying to reach your arms long, feeling a nice stretch. As we enter our last minute of this pose, If you want to deepen the stretch by changing to a deeper pigeon, you can, or stay where you are if that's where you are today. Continuing to breathe, inhaling and exhaling, equaling out the breath. And if you brought yourself down to a sleepy pigeon or pigeon on your elbows, slowly bring your hands underneath your shoulders, tucking your back toes. You can step back to a downward dog or come back in a tabletop, depending on how you feel. It may feel good to stretch the legs a little bit. And we're going to come into the left side pigeon right away. So bring your left knee to your left elbow, tucking your left toes down, releasing your back right foot on the mat. Again, staying here with your hands underneath your shoulders, coming down to your forearms, or bringing your third eye to the mat, releasing your arms long and coming into a sleepy pigeon. Try to do the same pose that you did on the right side, just to equal out your body. If not, no matter where you are today, it's okay. Again, feeling that left hip open up. And again, as with any position, if you find one's a little too intense, you can always shift back. The impacts should be in your hips, not in your arms. And in the last minute, doing whatever you need to do to enjoy this last minute of this half pigeon stretch. Wherever you wanted to come into the sleepy pigeon, stay where you are, focusing on that breath. And no matter where you are, slowly bringing your hands underneath your shoulders, tucking your back toes and stepping back to downward dog or coming to a seat, depending where you are today. You can walk it out, but when you're ready, coming to a seat on your mat. From here, we're going to put our legs out in front of us and bring your feet as close to your body as you can, placing them on the ground, opening your knees wide to the length of the mat, coming into a butterfly pose. So lifting your head high on an inhale, you can passively fold forward, just a gentle fold, reaching your arms long. Depending on your flexibility, this could be a little longer. No matter where you are, choosing to stay where you're comfortable and feeling a gentle stretch, opening up your hips. You can grab the soles of your feet to bring them a little closer. Again, there should be no discomfort. So if you are feeling challenged, you can bring your feet further away from your body to make the stretch a little bit more gentle. If you wanted a little bit deeper, bring your feet closer. We'll make for a deeper stretch. Again, breathing here, keeping your back long, your spine long. And if you're able to, folding forward over your feet. In the last minute of this pose, perhaps you want to lengthen your arms longer, create a nice stretch. folding forward a little bit more if it's available to you, but making sure there's no stress or strain on your body. And just continuing to breathe, connecting with the breath again in every pose. Slowly releasing up, straightening your legs in front of you. From here, laying down on your mat, we're going to grab a block and place it underneath your sacrum. So bending your knees to put the block right underneath your sacrum here. We're going to lift your legs up to the sky to come into a waterfall position. Your arms can be to your side. This is a great way just to calm the parasympathetic nervous system and release any blood flow back to your body. Closing your eyes here. This pose can also be done if you do not have a block available, you can also do this pose with a pillow or a bolster underneath your sacrum. Feeling the blood flow back into your body from your feet all the way down. Breathing here. Slowly releasing your feet to the mat. Lifting your glutes to remove the block. Gently placing your sacrum on the ground in the mat. Hugging your knees into your chest. We're going to move into a supine twist. So bringing your knees over to the right side of your body, extending your arms long in a capital T position or cactus. Here, you want to try to keep both shoulders on the mat. So if for some reason your shoulder is lifted, you can bring a block or a pillow under it to help you reach the mat. Your gaze can be the same direction that your knees are going to the right, or bring your gaze to the left side. Feeling a nice twist in your body. Breathing here. Slowly releasing your head back to center. Bring your knees back into your chest. Moving your knees, dropping your knees to the left side. Again, extending your arms into that capital T or cactus. Whatever you did with your head on the right side, doing the same here. Whether it's facing the same direction as your knees or twisting over to the opposite direction. Feeling that gentle twist in your body. Again, if your shoulders aren't touching the ground, opting to grab a pillow to place under your shoulder blades. Breathing here. Slowly returning your gaze to center. Again, bring your knees to your chest. Slowly releasing them out long to the length of the mat. Opening your palms as we come into our Shavasana pose, or our corpse pose to complete today's class. Closing your eyes, releasing any tension, releasing any tension you have in your face, whether you have your brows furrowed, relaxing your feet, choosing instead now to let go of any thoughts you may have, to focus on yourself for the next several minutes and focusing on your breath in Shavasana. Slowly starting to feeling your fingers one by one, wiggling your toes to slowly awaken the body. Using your right arm as a pillow, coming into a fetal position on the right side. Resting for a few minutes here, a few seconds, a few breaths here. Slowly pushing yourself up into a seated position, keeping your eyes closed, your hands to heart and center. Thank you for sharing your Yin Yoga practice with me today. I appreciate you joining me. The light in me, that's the light in each and every one of you. Namaste.